gradual return to great trades that happened because in the last 3 weeks or two, investors were taking monies out of the investment, and so that depressed the major index and some other indicators. So there's a comeback, and market retention is beginning to show. It is earnings seasons, and we've seen many companies bringing their report cards to the market. That's really a way influence, some of the things that we have seen, because the average results that we've seen, they have performed creditably. Those companies, when you judge by the economic circumstances, within that they operate in. Think of what Seplat have brought to shareholders. We've seen Tantalizers, Wando, many of them. So on the average, they are performing well, and we still see investors showing this great interest and confidence in playing, in the market. As I had been saying, it seems that the stock market really this time redefines itself as a central melting pot where investors and the general public, could create wealth for themselves in the midst of economic difficulties.
So what's the projection? What's the projection for you?
It is that we will still see the markets up and down. We are gradually coming to a point of closing up the first quarter. The first quarter has really been tremendously good to investors. So at least for the month of January, February, we've been seeing stock prices, getting up. It is just now that it has stabilized and begin to taper down. But we are going to still see markets up some days or two, and then investors move in to cash in on profits and then take out, then it will depress and go forward. This first quarter of the year was really very important, and we have seen it has not disappointed investors, in so many ways. We have many issues lined up for the market, and operators, or even those who are managing the stock market, they are telling us they are expecting some Nigerian companies, the big ones, to come in any moment from now and start listing in the market. I think of the refinery that Mr. Dangote has done. We think of NMPC and some other companies that they have not actually, disclosed their identities.
Yeah.
So we expect that as many of these companies come to create wealth for Nigerians, the robustness of the economy, will be highly supported. So for the stock market, we will still play, we will still look at it, and we still want efficiency, to get up. The big companies are doing well. The smaller ones are also coming. I see insurance companies coming to take real attention that we've been talking about. They are coming on the way.
It's a good way to live it. Let's see how it plays out, Jerry.
It's okay.
Follow up all of this, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, as always, coming on set to analyze markets. All right, then, before we go, let's tell you that the U.S. Consumer Price Index of February shows core inflation rate declined 2.8%, down from 3% in January, more than expected amid signs of consumer caution. According to the U.S. Labor Department, the figure excluding food and energy prices, the core CPI also rose 0.2% on the month and was 3.1% on a 12-month basis, the lowest reading since April 2021, while the core CPI climbed 0.4% in January. Meanwhile, White House Press Secretary Ms. Carolina Leavitt said that the February CPI report shows that the U.S. economy is moving in the right direction under President Trump's pushing down costs.
Core inflation is down to the lowest level it has been in 4 years. This is just in 52 days of President Trump taking office. We saw airline fares fell. We saw the cost of gasoline is down as well. We also saw a $1 billion investment this morning from GE Aerospace. We saw Asahi, the Japanese beer company, announce that they're going to move manufacturing and investments to the great state of Wisconsin in response to President Trump's 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum, which you all know went into effect last night. So this is all good news for the American people, and it also shows that you can effectively utilize tariffs to bolster your industries here at home while driving down the cost of living for the American public through deregulation and through energy. And we know President Trump is intent on passing his big tax cuts later this year. We're calling on Congress to do it.
As the United States 25% tariffs on import of steel and aluminium and certain products containing steel and aluminium from the European Union enters second day, Chairman of the European Parliament's Committee on International Trade, Mr. Brett Lange,